Does your child have special needs or disabilities or medically complex issues? If so, I hope this video will help provide some additional insight and information that can be helpful in navigating this journey. So in this video, I want to talk about medical devices. There are many devices that are going to be recommended, anything from G-tubes to standard devices, gait trainers, orthotic boots, special bath chairs, activity chairs, feeding chairs, special strollers, wheelchair strollers. The list goes on and on. So the number one most important thing is to make sure that you have excellent health insurance. Whether you get this from your job or from your business, it's important to make sure that your insurance provider is very good at helping to cover the costs of these medical devices. So you need to read the policy and make sure that you are going to be covered for these devices ahead of time. Secondly, there are going to be times where your health insurance will potentially forget or overlook the fact that your policy states that you are covered for certain devices. So make sure that you know your policy and you are well informed so that you can then call your insurance provider and bring the issue to their attention and make sure that they follow through on what has been agreed upon and what you're paying for regarding your insurance coverage. Okay, next important point is to make sure that you have a excellent physical therapist. It's typically the physical therapist who recommends these devices. Most of them are well informed on the equipment that is available and the devices that are available. I'm specifically talking about walkers, bath chairs, activity chairs, feeding chairs, orthotic boots. All of these standard devices, basically, all of these devices go along the lines of supporting your child in their activities of daily living and also in supporting them in their development, getting from laying flat to sitting up to standing to walking, from sitting to standing, these types of movements that are going to help support them with their function in their life. And so the physical therapist is the one who's going to be assessing and evaluating your child and seeing what devices might be useful adjuncts and useful support tools. Then you're one of the physicians on your medical team, so either your pediatrician or your PMNR, which stands for Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Doctor. These are the individuals who would then sign off on the script for the device. So this physician needs to have seen your child within a certain time period. It's usually within the past year. And then their documentation, their progress note, their evaluation as well is going to be used by the insurance company to determine that, yes, indeed, this device is in fact indicated and the doctor is asking for it. So that's how the prescription takes place. And these devices, at first, some of them can be a little bit intimidating, especially the standards. There are a variety of different options. And I will tell you that, the first time we were fitted for a particular standard, I was incredibly intimidated and I just didn't even want to really look at it. And thankfully, we were able to find a different standard. We used to use a really cute standard. It was nice to look at, it was not as intimidating and it was very easy to use. And so what I realized was that I had to overcome my feelings and emotions about the meaning of this standard. In my mind, I was thinking, well, this standard means that my child is gonna either not walk or take a really long time to learn how to walk, and I don't even know how to really make sure that this device is fitting her appropriately? What if I hurt her? What if I hurt her joints? What if it, doesn't do what it's intended to do? And so I had all of these fears and anxious thoughts around the stander and what it meant for my child and her prognosis and her future. And so I really had to overcome myself and remember to prioritize my child. It's about her development. It's about giving her the support that she needs in order to reach her full potential and, achieve certain levels of function. So with the stander, it's a great device because it helps the child feel supported. It helps them feel what it's like to stand and support their own weight. And, there are things that she can do in a standing position that she could be more engaged with than if she was laying flat on her back or trying to work on sitting at the same time. And I also feel like the stander device helps the nervous system and the nerves and the muscles and the brain work together to sort of simulate standing in a supported way. And so in the stander device, you have to make sure that the child is wearing their orthotic boots. So orthotic boots are special boots that help support the ankle, basically. It helps support the leg, the weight, when the child is practicing standing and walking. So we have the AFO SMO combo. So there's a little tiny boot that goes around the foot and supports the ankle. And then there's another boot that is a little bit bigger that goes all the way up to the knee. And so you put the boots on when the child is in the stander, and all of this works together to help the child practice standing, help them develop their strength, help them develop their muscle memory, their tone, and all of these different physiologic factors that help them in their development and in their progression towards standing and walking. And so now we have we've graduated beyond the stander, and now my child is able to practice standing on her own with just her boots on and without an actual stander. And, she's practicing her walking and practicing reciprocal motion of the legs, so alternating left and right as you do when you walk, as you do when you ride a bike. So all of these factors work together to help support development. So it's a slow process, and I say slow in quotation marks because what is slow, what is fast? My favorite quote is from the Navy SEALs, and it says, fast is slow, slow is steady, steady is fast. So, slow and steady progress is the way to go without skipping any steps or cutting any corners. And, I think the bottom line is that forward progress is what's important. And it doesn't matter how long it takes, whether it takes a day or whether it takes 5 years or 10 years. These are things that can't be rushed. And so these are my thoughts on basically medical devices, standers, and orthotic boots. And in another video, I will talk more about gait trainers, the stroller wheelchairs, feeding chairs, activity chairs, and then we'll move forward from there. But, I hope that this video was also helpful in sharing some support and insight in the mindset shift and the philosophy that is important to have and adapt in order to best support your child emotionally and physically, and also to help navigate your own emotions along this journey of caring for a child with special needs or disabilities or medically complex issues. Thank you.